Welcome to Life of Hair. My name's James Atkinson. Thank you for joining me in this episode of the Life of Hair. In this episode, we are going to look at long graduation, a classic from your apprenticeship, one that you probably never mastered, but hopefully I'm going to bring to you today a technique that you will want to use time and time again. I certainly use it every single day nearly in my salon life. So let's get on with the video, and I really stress to you that this is one of those haircuts that is more contemporary than you think. So this is the pre-section for this haircut, a very simple one. You simply section off from the highest point of the head into two, clip the back up out the way, and separate the front into two sections down the middle. Then we're going to take a 1.5 centimeters width section above the nose. Now if this client had a side parting, we'd be taking a 1.5 centimeter section that incorporated the parting. Then take a very thin slither section and determine the overall length of the shortest part of the shape. This is very, very important because this is the guide for the rest of your haircut. Make sure you cut that first slither section with elevation. As you can see, we're going to cut a 45-degree angle up towards the ceiling. So that means if you're a right-hander, you'll be standing on the right-hand side, and if you're a left-hander, you'll be standing on the left-hand side, because it's easier to cut up than down. Split that section into two, straight down the middle, or where the parting would be. Take a 1.5 centimeter size section to one side of your initial guide, and you're going to over direct this hair back to the center or where the parting would be. You then take another 1.5 centimeter section and you push this hair all the way back to the middle or the parting. And finally, we're going to push all the hair from the outline at the top of the ear to the middle center section, creating lots and lots of over direction. So we lose none of the length that is down by the neck there, and we have that lovely short to long graduated shape around the face. We're going to do exactly the same thing on the opposite side, but this time we're going to be pulling the hair towards our bodies. Make sure that you're not over directing the hair too much, and that you are just keeping the hair over that center line. And there we have it. That is the front sections complete. Really, really easy. You just have to make sure that you over direct all the hair to either the center or wherever the client's parting was situated. Now we need to connect the back to the front. We're taking a 1 centimeter section from the front portion we've just cut to create ourselves a new guideline. We're going to comb all the hair back and neatly clip up the front sections so they don't get in our way. We're going to take a 1.5 centimeter section down the back, and there is our new guide. Cutting the same 45-degree angle up to the ceiling, we're going to split that 1.5 centimeter section down the middle to create two new guides, exactly as we did in the front. Now remember, the secret to this is the over direction. Make sure every time you take a section, you are over directing it to the middle to ensure you do not lose any of the weight on the perimeter. Again, we're going to do exactly the same thing. We are going to take a 1.5 centimeter section and over direct it to the center. Pulling the hair towards you when you stand on the right hand side as a right hander and the left hand side for a left hander. Now we're going to personalize. Now this is obviously the point where you can add as much or as little texture as you want. I feel personalizing is a massively important thing. It determines your signature style. It makes you different from me.
So make sure you never underestimate leaving yourself a little bit of time to get that personalization just right. I use a multitude of techniques, point cutting, slicing, just to create that feel, that finish that is unique to my style. And this is the finished look. For this particular style, I've gone for a lovely grown out fringe feel with lots and lots of texture in and around the face, and it gently gets longer towards the crown area and down to the length.
I hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Life of Hair, and I hope you're going to go into your salons tomorrow or today or whenever you see this video and use the graduation technique that you saw in this video, because believe me, it is a game changer when you just get your head around it. Please support the channel by giving me a subscribe if you haven't already. So thankful for the people that have subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you again next week in another episode of The Life of Hair.